tardes, ahora sí que se oye bien. Señoras, señores, ilustres autoridades, profesores, alumnos y todas las personas que nos están siguiendo especialmente vía streaming de todo el planeta, sean bienvenidos a la entrega de diplomas y certificados de los principales programas educativos impartidos
at the Zaragoza Logistics Center. This is a very special year. I know that you will all agree with me because we have a hybrid format this year, physical and also digital. I have been participating in this event for more than a decade, and for me it is a great pleasure to be back to this building in the Aragonese capital, because this also means the end of the work from all the staff from ZLC. If something is teaching us this pandemic is that despite the circumstances, we have rediscovered many things that are still necessary to keep the world working. One of them is logistics and training. One of them is logistics and the supply of chain, and the other one is training. So congratulations, everyone, for this choice, and thank you so much for your effort. Today, we have the commencement ceremony promoted by the ZLC. This research institute is a reference on an international level promoted by the Aragonese government in collaboration with the MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, affiliated to the University of Zaragoza. The programs that we have is the Masters in Supply Chain Management, which is the 20th class, also the Master of Engineering and Supply Chain Management, ZLOG. It is the 17th class. It is taught in English and with students from all over the world, Brazil, Germany, Guatemala, Mexico, Taiwan, and also the Master of Engineering and Supply Chain Management. It is a blended format with students from 8 different countries. I would also like to mention a very important part, which is the PhD programs in logistics and supply chain management, also taught at the ZLC. As we say, this is a celebration day because we are putting an end to this training year, and we can do it here at the Paraninfo building, abiding with all the security measures at this wonderful building from the University of Zaragoza. And also we can do this for all family members and friends who are joining us via streaming by YouTube and LinkedIn from all over the world. We will begin this event with intervention from Professor Susana Bal, who is the director of Zaragoza Logistics Center. Authorities, graduates, family, friends, and attendees, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My most sincere congratulations to the new graduates. And now please allow me to continue in English.
Congratulations for the 17th class of the ZLOG, 4th of the ZLOG Blended, and 20th of the MDSC. Congratulations also to Leo Gomez for obtaining a doctorate degree, and also to Beatriz Acero, doctorate in 2020 from ZLC, and winner of the Fell Award for the best doctoral thesis in early 2021. It's an honor for me to return to this beautiful room, the Paraninfo, on such an important day as today. 10 months ago, it was a completely different story. Working remotely in the face of a pandemic altered the dynamic of our work ethic dramatically. Yet, this proved to be a challenge that ZLC managed to overcome with great aplomb, probably our greatest to date. Today, I have to award you honors in behavior for having followed our protocol to the letter, very strict in some cases, and for neither losing focus nor the ultimate objective of why you had come to obtain your master's at Zaragoza. Needless to say, a complicated year, from out of which it seems that little by little we are coming thanks to science. ZLC has been involved in the so-called digital transformation. When colleagues from other institutions ask me how we are managing the pandemic, I answer, we wanted to ensure face-to-face education in our classrooms. And in order to achieve this, it was necessary for the rest of the staff to work remotely. I can only thank everyone, students, staff, and professors alike, for the flexibility that they have shown throughout, the ability to adapt, and for continuing to dedicate themselves unselfishly to this project. Today, thanks to the technology and support from the ZLC IT team, it's possible to maintain a part of our community physically, along with families and friends watching via streaming. During this intense year, ZLC's activity has continued its course, going ahead with the various agreements signed with entities such as Smart Freight Center, Mobility City, FEPA, Alastria, the Digital Innovation Hub, and Blockchain Europe, among others. Attendance at conferences has shifted over to the digital environment. For the European Digital Week, the VNU Conference, the International Transport Forum, the ALCOT Global, and the next 6th World Forum of Cities and Logistics Platforms, co-organized with Aragon Logistics Platform and the Government of Aragon. Within Aragon, ZLC is contributing notably to the definition of the region's innovative strategy to position itself in R&D in Europe. Once again, the master's degrees taught within the SCALE network occupy the first world position in the EduNiversal International Ranking, which is great news. And during this academic year, ZLC has worked on 18 European and private projects in parallel, with a figure that once again places us in the top position in Spain and with an outstanding return for Aragon in issues related to new technologies, sustainability, and urban logistics, among others. As a result of the education carried out by ZLC at executive level, more than 150 people from around 50 companies have benefited. And of course, the memory of our alumni is always with us, with whom this year we wanted to reconnect online in February for our 4th alumni event, and with whom we maintain a special bond, which you are already a part. All the work and success obtained by ZLC could never come to fruition without the unconditional support of each and every one of the trustees that make up the foundation: the Government of Aragon, Ibercaja, University of Zaragoza, MIT, and the CAI Foundation, recently incorporated into the Board of Trustees. In the same way, I would like to thank the members of the Council of the ZLC Research Institute affiliated to the University of Zaragoza for their dedication as well. I would especially like to thank HARALD EMBERGER, Head of Supply Chain in Beiersdorf, our honored speaker, for accepting this invitation. Due to travel restrictions from Germany, he's following us via streaming, and he will address all of you this afternoon with an inspirational speech. Perhaps this situation that we have experienced over the past year has taken away our freedom and made us distance ourselves from our work and personal routine. However, for ZLC, there is always a positive reading. Resilience is the word that defines us. We are stronger than a year ago. We are capable of facing challenges, of overcoming adversity, and of getting up and walking with our heads held high and our eyes fixed firmly on our goal. And you, recent graduates, have demonstrated the same abilities this academic year. You are ready to face other challenges with success. You have shown it here, and I have no doubt that you will do so throughout your professional career. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias por sus palabras.
Thank you very much for your words to Professor Susana Val, Director of the Zaragoza Logistics Center. I think she has made a very good summary of everything at the ZLC. As she said, now we will present you our keynote speaker. This is always a relevant figure on an international level in the field of logistics and supply chain. On this occasion, we have HARALD EMBERGER, Senior Corporate Vice President in Supply Chain at Beiersdorf. He has a Master's in Engineering by the Technical University of Munich. HARALD joined Beiersdorf in 2015 and he had a corporate global function, and he wanted to expand his experience in the field. We have to remember that Beiersdorf is a leading consumer goods company in brands that you will know, such as Nivea, Eucerin, or Tesa. Before joining Beiersdorf, HARALD held different leadership positions on Unilever, Mars, as head of supply chain for America and Europe. His career and experience give him a very global profile, and throughout his career, he has lived in 5 different countries in 3 regions of the world. So now let's listen HARALD EMBERGER, Senior Corporate Vice President of Supply Chain at Beiersdorf.
Members of the MIT Zaragoza Logistics Center, dear professors, dear postgraduates, dear graduates. This is a super exciting time and moment for you. Many congratulations for finishing your degree at the ZLC and moving on to a new stage in your personal life. It is especially remarkable that you completed the course despite all disruptions through the pandemic time. Spain in particular didn't face an easy life last year, and I can imagine the disruptions you were faced with during your studies. Here, I'd like to recognize also your professors, teachers, and the administrative staff for keeping the university going. I'm happy and honored to be here today and celebrate this moment with you. There are 3 points I'd like to talk to you about today. Some of my learnings over the years, insights on your current industry, and some requirements or outlooks for the future. Personally, I graduated as a mechanical engineer at the Technical University of Munich. Unlike many of my fellow students, I didn't join the automotive industry, but decided to start in the FMCG business, where I stayed my entire career. I joined as a graduate trainee and remained post that program my full career in supply chain roles. In supply chain, I truly enjoy the value creation, the fast-changing environment, the global movement of goods, the complexity, and most importantly, the people you work with. During my career, I faced heavy restructuring, but as well tremendous growth across different businesses. Looking backwards, I realize there are 2 fundamental success factors which made a sustained difference to performance. It's about the quality of your proposition or goods and the quality of the talent and people working with you. Both are closely linked together. Best people want to create best products, and best products will succeed better in the marketplace. This is even more important in our environment, as many companies share the same systems or tools, and the only differentiating factor are people. Key here is to develop and foster talent well and diverse. Now, our supply chains have turned upside down over the last 2 years. Not only the impact of the pandemic situation, but as well drivers like digitalization and the need of sustainable measures. This was overlaid with geopolitical challenges and operational constraints like the container shortage. Businesses have responded fast in accelerating their digital transformation, enhancing the resilience of the supply chain, reducing operational complexity, and building better or stronger operational muscles. With those measures, there is one clear winner coming out of the last 2 years. Combined with the growth of B2C businesses, logistics is becoming a forefront in everybody's supply chain. It has moved from just shipping, transport, or warehousing to a value creator in the supply chain. It's not anymore about lowest costs, but about the value the operation can generate. The profession is more and more recognized as ultra critical to any value creation businesses, and talents are becoming scarce. We see high demand of logistic talents, especially combined with digital and global knowledge. So this is good news for you. Your profession requires a unique set of capabilities like complex problem solving, the management of real-time ambiguity, or high mental agility. In future, this will continue. Supply chains are going through major transformations. We sometimes can't keep up with changes enabled by new systems or platforms. However, some elements are for certain. The supply chain will become real time, and it will be less of a chain, more a cube of supply opportunities. It will also incorporate large amounts of resilience measures as the world around us is becoming more and more unpredictable. This will require for you to invest much time in developing further. Digital capabilities, especially in the logistics area, will determine success for a provider. Much of the work will be automated, planning will become cognitive, and digital platforms will decide the logistics management. The skills required are best possible integration into the value chain of any company you serve, and the value you will generate for this company. The great news for all of you is to migrate now into an industry which is at the forefront of many businesses, and skills and capabilities will make a difference. Again, many congratulations to your master's degree and PhDs. I wish you a wonderful ceremony today and much success in your future career. Thank you and stay healthy.
Dankeschön. Muchísimas gracias a Harald Emberger por...
Thank you very much, Harald Emberger, for these three main elements that he talked about. Thank you for your encouraging words, and also something that he mentioned by the beginning of his intervention. Thanks to professors and students, and thanks to the staff from academic institutions from the ZLC, the training programs can keep forward. So I will now stop the protocol, and I want a round of applause for all the staff from the ZLC, please. Thank you very much.
Bueno, pues llega la razón de ser de este acto y el momento.
And now we have the most important moment, both for professors and students, and of course for everyone who is joining us via streaming and who do not want to miss any detail. We are talking about the award of diplomas and badges. And now we will begin with the students from the Masters in Supply Chain Management. And now we will have the presence from Professor Miguel Ángel García, the director of this master's degree.
Buenas tardes, autoridades.
Good afternoon, dear authorities, colleagues, dear students. On Tuesday, I said to Susanna I like to improvise. And well, this morning I wasn't sure about improvising or not, so I wrote a few notes, just in case. Okay, so let's begin. Well, I promise to be very brave. I will talk about, well, I will speak some words before the award of diplomas. These words come within three big pillars that really constitute our reality from these times. First of all, the acknowledgement, congratulations, and well, first of all, acknowledgement, because 1 year ago you decided to continue with us your studies, and you did it in a very uncertain moment. It was a very, very complex decision by then, because we had many doubts about the format of this program. We didn't know if we would be able to continue normally with the development of the studies, and despite everything, you trusted us, and I really hope that this confidence was worth it, and I really hope that you are satisfied and happy with the decision you made. I would especially like to thank Leticia, Ileana, Aristides, because in their case, they also had to come to Spain. And, well, it is even more deserved. I would also like to thank Ithia for her work as delegate during this academic course. She's not here today due to familiar inconvenience, so thank you also to her. Secondly, I would like to express my most sincere congratulations for your performance. In this case, I am talking not only about me, but also about my colleagues and professors. One of them Mr. Costa, and we are very, very proud of you. We are very proud of your work. We are proud of the quality of all the works that you have shown to us, especially the master's thesis that you submitted last week, and we are very proud of your behavior. You participated a lot, and this enriches us very much, and it allows us to be on this road and to continue working. And thirdly, I would like to encourage you, because we are living complex situations, that is clear, but they are really passionate because, of course, no one can learn how to sail if the sea is calm. This is the second year I say this, but this is a good signal that things are coming back to normal. So, well, now I think that this phrase is more accurate than ever. You have learned many, many technical elements. You learned to do forecasting. Well, now the context is very unpredictable, but you also learned how to integrate variables from all kinds thanks to international artificial intelligence with mathematical models. But above all, what you learned is a series of skills linked to analysis of complex situations like the current one that will allow you to make decisions in uncertain situations. And that is why we are very proud of that. Why? Because our goal as a center is the transfer of knowledge to society. And society currently is very much needed of this knowledge. So we are very, very proud of that because you got this training, and we are very convinced that you will work very hard to make things better in a very complex situation. This is all from me, but of course, I would like to thank Laura, who is also here, for your collaboration during these months. And, well, finally, welcome to this big number of ex-alumni from our center. I think we are talking about 700 students, and all of them are working now at directive positions in the business world. Undoubtedly, very soon, you will become part of these alumni and part of the teams that contribute to sustainability of our organizations and also to recover and come back to normal, because we have a long way to go. So, well, having said this, congratulations again, and thank you very much.
Pues muchísimas gracias, profesor.
Thank you very much, Professor Miguel Ángel García, Director of the Masters in Supply Chain Management. We will continue now with the award of diplomas, and we would like to have the presence from the Director of International Masters, Marta Romero.
So good afternoon, authorities, families, ZLC staff, and of course, students. Today is graduation day, your last official day as students of the program that you successfully completed just 2 days ago. It has been another challenging academic year. I admire you so much because you decided to study with us here in Zaragoza in the middle of a global pandemic, and you have been very brave indeed. We can also consider ourselves very lucky to have been able to have you physically in class, not all of you at the same time, but little by little. You have taken most of the courses, you've been able to work together, and you've created a bond that would not have been possible without this face-to-face interaction. It is a given that you have encountered many challenges, but you've been able to overcome them with your mindset, and you have opened also a door to new opportunities. I can proudly say that this class is distinguished also by how you responded to all the restrictions so necessarily imposed. Sometimes seem fair, sometimes not, but you responded very well. Your behavior has been remarkable. Of course, there have been many hours of study and research, and you proved that life is a path of personal growth, resilience, ongoing learning, and adaptation. Exceptional personal attributes that are essential and inherent in a supply chain professional of finest caliber. As it could not be otherwise, I would like to thank our faculty members for they went the extra mile in getting the highest academic standards in teaching and adapting yet to a new format. So this was a hybrid format at the beginning of the academic year, until everyone was able to reach us in Zaragoza. I would also like to thank the sponsor companies for their very innovative and challenging thesis projects. Our staff, as Susanna mentioned, unfortunately not everybody was able to be at the center with you during your journey. So I would like to especially thank the ZLC team, General Services and IT. For the rest, who will be sitting at home watching us, we perceive the affection and the warmth towards you during this very solemn event, so important for you and our community. I would also like to thank the institutions, so Zaragoza Logistics Center, of course, MIT Global Scale Network, the University of Zaragoza, and the Government of Aragon. And last but not least, I would like to thank your families for their unconditional support over the past few months, for they also made possible that you achieved your dream, and I'm sure that it wasn't easy for them all the time. And let me end by quoting Seneca. Every new beginning comes from another beginning's end. So best of luck for all, and good luck for everything that's going to come in your way.
Pues vamos a comenzar con la entrega de diplomas. Así que...
And we will begin with the award of diplomas. And so I will say your name, and you will have to come here. Aristides Álvarez Paz.
Alba Felipe Viejo.
Alba Felipe Viejo.
Leticia Flores Cruz.
Leticia Flores Cruz.
Carmen Gavín Beltrán.
Carmen Gavín Beltrán.
Esta distancia con gafas no veo. Esta distancia no veo con gafas. Daniel Guayar Asensio.
Daniel Guayar Asensio.
Juan Guerrero Blanco.
Juan Guerrero Blanco.
Gabriel Hernández Díez.
Gabriel Hernández Díez.
Gaizka Izaguirre Vela.
Gaizka Izaguirre Vela.
Alejandro Jiménez Mairal.
Alejandro Jiménez Mairal.
Arturo Javier Laloya Sanz.
Arturo Javier Laloya Sanz.
María Langa Marco.
María Langa Marco.
Arantxa López Borovia.
Arantxa López Borovia.
Iván Pérez Jiménez.
Iván Pérez Jiménez.
Iliana Rico Rocha.
Iliana Rico Rocha.
Alba Rincón García.
Alba Rincón García.
Sergio Ruiz Cacho.
Sergio Ruiz Cacho.
Alfonso Salesa Cotaina.
Alfonso Salesa Cotaina.
Adrián Salgado Andrés.
Adrián Salgado Andrés.
Y por último, Alejandro Sampillo.
Lastly, Alejandro Sampillo Bordeje.
Okay, so Now I proudly present to you the ZLC class of 2021. Vinicius Alexandrino. Lubna Ahmad. Abdoulaye Diarra. Cristian Díaz. Felipe Fernández Lobato. Julián Gutiérrez Bernardín. Juan Gerardo Lira Cuevas. Mukarib Mahmoud Ul Hassan. Álvaro Morales. Abiraj Nalawade. Alisa Palmer. Douglas Rodríguez Arango. Jorge Rodríguez. Daniel Walmut. Okay, so this was the 17th promotion of the ZLC residential program. And now let me give you the 4th generation of the blended program. Saurabh Banerjee. Teresa Barros Losada. Christopher Schech. Tatiana Egorova. Pablo González Araya. Varun Nagpal. Pushkar Oak. Fiona Pemberton Marín. Rodrigo Pérez Gopar. Mohamed Youssef. Congratulations again, you now officially graduated. Efectivamente, enhorabuena a todos y a todas.
Congratulations to everyone. And now, YASEL COSTA will have the floor, Director of the PhD in Logistics and Supply Chain Management from the Zaragoza Logistics Center. He will talk about this program now.
My dearest ZLC students, dear ZLC colleagues, city and youth authorities, it is with honor and deep sense of joy that I'm announcing today a new successful PhD recipient from our distinguished PhD study program in logistics and supply chain management. In the past academic year, Mr. Leonardo Laranjeira Gomez successfully defended his PhD thesis entitled Exploration and Exploitation, Reconciling Product Innovation and Supply Chain Management in Consumer Packaged Goods Manufacturing. Leo Laranjeira is an expert in supply chain operation strategy and innovation with a solid corporate finance background and over 15 years of experience. He currently serves as a director, head of advisory at Aroazul Capital, is a middle market investment bank. As a management consultant, his accomplishments include more than 15 successful projects for several clients in industry such as transportation, infrastructure, consumer goods, manufacturing, retailing, healthcare, financial services, and government. Leo's prior education includes master-level graduate certificate from the MIT, an MBA from INSPER, Brazil, and a BBA from the Federal University of Bahia, also Brazil. With respect to Mr. Laranjeira PhD project, well, the thesis document was assessed by very distinguished international academics, starting with Professor Maria Jesus Sáenz from the MIT, Boston, USA, Professor Davide Dulcini, EADA Business School from Barcelona, Spain, and Professor J.B. Stanson from York University, Toronto, Canada. According to this prestigious scientific committee, the PhD thesis of Mr. Laranjeira makes a relevant contribution to the field of operations and supply chain management by generating new insights related to new product innovation. This thesis used econometric quantitative analysis in order to extract real data from operations and place essential attention to the longitudinal evolution of this data, focusing on the effect on short-term and long-term supply chain performance. But most importantly, the research outcomes on supply chain strategy and product innovation has been presented in several international conferences in the Americas, Europe, and Asia. And right now, there are 4 papers derived from the PhD research ready to be submitted or already submitted to well-known top-tier journals, starting with Journal of Operation Management, International Journal of Production Economics, and International Journal of Operations and Production Management. Finally, as a PhD director of this distinguished study program, I wish the very best to our PhD graduate, and please make us proud, continue with your great performance and professionalism. Please, let's give a big round of applause to our PhD graduate. Congratulations, please.
Muchas gracias al profesor.
Thank you very much, Professor Costa, for your words. As every year, well, this commencement ceremony also would like to highlight the academic work by students taught at the ZLC with the award of badges as an acknowledgement. We will begin with the Masters in Supply Chain Management for the best academical results.
Pues el mejor expediente académico recae en...
The best academic transcript goes to Leska Izaguirre Vela.
Enhorabuena, Gaizka.
Congratulations, Betka. And now we would like to acknowledge the best master thesis. According to the members of the tribunal, this goes to the Master's Thesis Observatory of the Aerial Load by Julen Marin Cargo Perez, and this badge is awarded. Congratulations!
Okay, so the much-awaited awards are here. Susana, Director of Zaragoza Logistics Center, will present the Best Academic Achievement Awards. But if you allow me first, I would like to congratulate a student who deserves an honorable mention, as he took every single course the program offered, and he ranked second by very little. So here is a round of applause to you, Douglas Rodriguez. Okay. So the Best Academic Achievement Award for the residential program is for Jorge Rodriguez. Okay, and for the first time ever for the CELOC blended program, Christopher Chiach. And now Mr. Ramón Guirado, General Director of Universities from the Government of Aragon and member of ZLC Foundation, will present the Outstanding Thesis Award, which this year is given to Teresa Barros, Christopher Chiach, Rodrigo. Pues una vez entregados los diplomas y reconocimientos.
Well, now we have given this award of diplomas and badges, and now we have the intervention from José Ángel Castellanos, Vice Rector for Academic Policy from the University of Zaragoza.
Muchas gracias, Aitana.
Thank you very much, Aitana.
Susana, directora del ZLC.
Susana, Director of ZLC. Mr. HARALD EMBERGER, good afternoon. Miguel Ángel, Marta, YASEL, Ramón. Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to this commencement ceremony.
To sincerely thank to the Zaragoza Logistics Center for giving me this opportunity to address a few words to the attendees of this commencement ceremony. Although logistics is not my topic of research, it plays a central role in the teaching activities within the scope of both graduate and postgraduate studies at our engineering and management disciplines. In the name of the Rector of the University of Zaragoza, I welcome you all to this Paraninfo Hall, the heart and soul of our university, an almost 5-century-old university. My warm congratulations to all the students, all the graduates now in this sunny and maybe rainy in a while afternoon. Congratulations to the graduates of the 20th promotion of the Master in Dirección of Supply Chain, of the 17th promotion of the ZLC Master of Engineering and Supply Chain Management, and of the 4th promotion of the ZLC Blended Master of Engineering and Supply Chain Management. And finally, to the new doctors of the PhD program in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Many thanks to Susana for your speech and for your dedicated and successful work leading the Zaragoza Logistics Centers. And thank you also to Mr. HARALD EMBERGER for your inspiring talk. Desde luego que en este foro,
Indeed, in this forum, we all agree that Aragon is a reference at European level in logistics excellence. Recently, as it was shown in the recent agreement for the 2030 pilot project for logistics in Aragon, it was said that Aragon is a technological and knowledge hub at international level. Here we can see such relevant institutions such as ZLC, the Zaragoza Logistics Center, in collaboration with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, ITA Innova, the University of Zaragoza, different professional centers in terms of logistics and transport, and of course, the logistic cluster from Aragon, ALIA, whose main goal is to improve competitiveness from companies thanks to collaboration, which is, of course, very important, knowledge, internationalization, and also logistics innovation in Aragon. And in a parallel way, of course, to provide added value to society. Integrated training taught at the ZLC demonstrates with great rigor the perfect combination between the forefront research with the needed update of their study programs. It is clearly an example for this needed interaction in high training. Of course, it highlights, and we can see from all the graduates, you could see it from your own experience, this shows the permanent relationship with the companies and industries. This highlights the relationships with other agents from the public and private sector. And from my point of view, which is very, very important, is the presence, the continuous presence of professionals from an international level who are truly experts in the field that they are teaching in the different programs that we could see today at the ZLC. And today they are ending those studies from the ZLC, and of course they were awarded with these fantastic and big acknowledgements. Undoubtedly, I really wish here today, in representation of the Rector from the University of Zaragoza, to continue our collaboration with the Zaragoza Logistics Center. We want to keep this collaboration. We want many joint success at this moment that, well, from my point of view, and also from the point of view of many people, and possibly the point of view of all the people who are here in this building, this represents a big change in concepts related to logistics, and it has been proven in the recent award received by a company. I will mention it. It is the company Commencement for their project integration in real-time data for the proactive management of logistics. I would like to say that we are beginning a transition to a new context, logistics with data. I, of course, understand that this has been covered by this permanent update of the training programs that are taught at the ZLC throughout this academic year.
Recalling what Eleanor Roosevelt said, a common view to many of us. She said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." You, the graduates, dreamed some time ago with a promising future. And now you have that future in your hands. Congratulations again, and thank you very much to all of you for your attention. Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much, José Ángel Castellanos, Vice Rector for Academic Policy from the University of Zaragoza. Beautiful words from Roosevelt. It was a very beautiful closing. And, well, in this commencement ceremony, as it is usual, we will have JOSÉ Sheffy. He is the Director for Transport and Logistics from the MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And now we will hear from JOSÉ Sheffy.
Sheffy. I'm the director of the MIT Center for Transportation and Logistics in Cambridge. Congratulations to all of you. We went through a tough and very different year. However, there are few good things that happened during this year. And the most important thing for us is that the world has recognized the importance of supply chain management. You know, people used to ask my wife, "What's your husband doing at MIT?" And until a year and a half ago, when she said, "He's doing research in supply chain management," people say, "What is this?" Now, when people ask her what I'm doing, she says he works in supply chain management. She says the same thing, and people say, "Wow, that's important." What happened is supply chain management went from the boardroom to the dinner table discussion. When you go to the supermarket and something is missing, the clerk is not telling you now, "I don't know what's going on." He's telling you, "We have a problem in supply chain." This is also happening at corporation. Supply chain became much more important. In many cases, supply chain officers were elevated to the CEO level and are, as they say, have a seat in the table, are part of all the important considerations and discussions, because by now people realize how crucial supply chain management is to every company. It's not only crucial to competitiveness, it is crucial for support of life. You know, any half-competent engineer in China can reverse engineer any great product and start a knockoff with similar design and similar capabilities. Building a supply chain that can deliver on time, on budget, anywhere around the world reliably is not something that competitors can build overnight. So we now understand that supply chain provides a real competitive advantage. The innovation in supply chain is, in many cases, hidden from people because people see innovation in product. In supply chain, we have innovation in process. And so it used to be that until this pandemic, people didn't realize what supply chain managers are doing. But you are graduating actually in a great time for supply chain managers because the stature of supply chain is now very high. So your education will not only allow you to be in the forefront of one of the most important corporate functions, What the ZLC has been teaching you is also life lessons that were hidden as logistics lessons. You were covering leadership and communication and collaboration. Yes, we teach you also information technology, inventory management, modeling and case study and many other technical topics. But when you go out there to the world, please remember that these are secondary. Please remember that we share a commitment to make this global environment that we all share a better one. How do we achieve it? By leading with compassion, taking all point of view and all stakeholders into account. By promoting sustainable development, both economic and environmentally sustainable. And by collaborating and working together with employees, with suppliers, with customers, with competitors. Finally, good luck to you all. It is now your turn to make us all proud. Congratulations again.
Siempre certeras las palabras del profesor.
He is always right, our Professor JOSÉ Shefi. And now we will end this commencement ceremony, but first we will have the closing speech by Mr. Ramón Guirado Guillén, who is the General Director of Universities by the Aragonese government and member of the Board of Trustees from the Zaragoza Logistics Center Foundation.
Buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to be brief as well. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for this commencement ceremony to all the graduates from ZLC. For me, it is a great pleasure to be here in Aragon with such a center affiliated to the MIT in the USA, a center for training of students in logistics. As JOSÉ said, and I would like to say as well, this is a very important activity for the challenges that we are facing. Also, possibly, ZLC is one of the best representatives that Aragon has on an international level. It is not only able to attract the students from all over the world, but also we have prestigious professors from the University of Zaragoza and the MIT. Also, it is integrated in the global scale network that allows students and teachers to be elsewhere in different countries at the highest international level. Inevitably, this means an improvement for our territory. The presence of these international actors help us to put Aragon in this globalized map of the world. Therefore, we are a link, as Aragon has always been. And Zaragoza is a very important hotspot connecting different worlds, Cantabria with the Mediterranean Sea, and also connecting big cities such as Madrid, Barcelona, and Valencia and Bilbao. In fact, the data is amazing. Within 300 kilometers, we can find 60% of the GDP at national level and most of the half population of the country. And this effect also has some consequences for our territory in Aragon. It is accelerating this process of the population that we suffer from in this land, and this also represents challenges on logistics, for example, for consumer goods, communication across our territory. And these problems, we think that from ZLC we can find solutions thanks to logistics and then have a better communication within our territory. Also, this center is a very decisive bet from the Aragonese government to promote a different economy based on knowledge and science and research. This will allow us to have an international projection and train promising students that will undoubtedly remember this academic year that they spent here in Aragon. Young people who will be also called upon on the fights from our times, the most important fights, as we said, the climate change, for example, the climate crisis, as JOSÉ said, something as the Supply chain management is something that some years ago was quite odd, but now with the crisis we all know of it. And this is very important and needed to bring vaccinations and products to all over the world. It is also very important to optimize and reduce the CO2 emissions with consumer goods. And now to finish, I would like to express my most sincere congratulations. Thank you for your effort, for your work at this university, and I encourage you to help a better future for all of us. Thank you so much.
Muchísimas gracias, señor Guirado.
Thank you so much, Mr. Guirado, for your intervention. And now this is the end of this commencement ceremony, a bit unusual, but we made it. Congratulations, everyone, for these acknowledgements. And by the end of this commencement ceremony, I invite you all to take the stand for the photograph. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you, everyone who is joining us via streaming through the internet. Thank you for following us. And, well, congratulations to everyone.